Hey everybody, welcome back to Dude Food. On today's show, I'm going to show you how to turn this into these. They're as easy to make right as they are to make wrong. And let me fill you in on a little secret. They're not really from France. Who knew? Okay, so who doesn't love French fries? They go with everything. They go with hamburgers, hot dogs, sandwiches, steak, mussels. They're great. On their own, they're fantastic. But the problem is, and everyone's tried to do this at home, it seems simple. You take a potato, you cut it into strips, you cook it in hot oil, you pull it out of the oil and it's nice and crispy, put some salt on it. What more is there to it? The problem is you get it to the table, and that hard, rigid, crispy fry you had over there comes to the table, and all of a sudden, doo! Listen guys, it's not just you, it happens to all of us. Unfortunately, there's not a pill that these fries can take to keep them hard. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, blanching. That's the key. We take the fries, the cut potato, we put it in hot oil, we fry it up till they turn white or translucent, we pull them out of the oil, we crank the heat up really hot in that oil, we put them back in the oil, we cook them for a second time. That is the key, blanching and then finishing. We season them, we get them to the table, and they're great. I mean, think about it. You go to McDonald's, right? Or any fast food restaurant, and you look in the back and they've got these bags of frozen fries. You pour them into the hot oil, they fry them up, they take them out, they season them, they put them in that little holding area, they sit there for 5 to 10 minutes, they get to your car and they're still crispy. You get them home and they're still crispy. That's because those fries that you see in that bag, and this goes for all the stuff you see in the frozen section of the supermarket, those shoestring fries, they're all pre-cooked. They're blanched. All you need to do is finish them in oil. Now, there's 2 keys to making really good fries. Russet potato, nice and long, and a lot of oil. And when I say a lot of oil, 4 to 5 inches minimum in a pot, okay? If you want to buy a Fry Daddy or a deep fryer, you can certainly do that. You can do a lot of frying that way. And if you don't, you just want to pour it in a pot, make some really good fries, throw the oil away. It's not expensive, but you need a lot of it. Okay, so I'm on the subject of cooking the fries in oil, and one thing I was going to mention was the best fries are made in duck fat. McDonald's, years ago when they first started, used to cook their fries in beef fat. They rendered beef fat, and they were delicious. Julia Child once said that they were the most delicious fries she's ever had. But then the health crazies got in there and they said, listen, you can't be serving people fries cooked in beef fat, that's unhealthy. So now I don't know what they use, but their fries suck. So duck fat is fantastic. And while I'm on that subject, I'd like to read a piece of fan mail that I got. A little troubling. It's great to get fan mail, but I don't know about this one. I'm going to read it like it sounds to me. Okay, so bear with me. This is from Trevor in Daytona. And Trevor, thanks again for writing, man. Hey Phil, really digging the Dude Food video podcast. I wish you would do them more often. Hey Trevor, so do I. I wish I could do them more often too. Now listen to this.
It's interesting that on My Life as a Foodie, you talk about eating healthy, and you point out how unhealthy Paula Deen's cooking is. Yet on Dude Food, you cook a lot of things that aren't healthy. It would be great to see you focus on more healthy food options for men.
Keep up the great work, Trevor. Hey Trevor, listen, I'm going to disagree with you, man, and I appreciate you writing. When I cook Dude Food, it's not pre-processed crap. All this stuff is homemade and natural. There's nothing pre-packaged in any of this food. You know, I'm cooking a steak, I'm frying some French fries, I'm cooking chicken wings, I'm making beef jerky. These are all the things that I get guys when they come over to my house for golf or for hanging out, dude night, or poker night or whatever. This is the stuff that guys like to eat. So this is the stuff that we cook here. When you get together with the girls, you might have carrot sticks and celery sticks and cucumber sandwiches with your mimosas. But I don't. And that's the difference between me and you, Trevor. I do not wear my wife's panties. Now, enough of that. Let's get on with the French fries. This is a russet potato. It's large, it's long. We can get some lengthy fries out of this. One potato should yield you roughly 25 to 35 French fries. The other important ingredient is the oil. I prefer to use peanut oil because it has a high smoke point, which means that it's not going to start to burn and break down until it hits over 350 degrees. If you can't get peanut oil, you can try soybean oil or even canola oil. Just remember that at a high temperature, these oils are going to break down and you probably will not be able to reuse the oil too many times. We'll start by peeling the potato, okay? We're going to cut the potato into 1/2 inch thick strips. And now you don't want these things oxidizing on you. So as soon as you cut them, drop them into a big bowl of ice water. As long as they stay in that water, they're not going to start turning gray on you. Now once you've cut the strips, heat your oil in a heavy bottom pot to 280 degrees. Now look at me. You want to use a lot of oil. Like I said, 4 to 5 inches at least. If you've got a small pot, fill it high. If you've got a pan, fill it high. Do not try to cook these things in like a saucepan with like 1 inch or 2 inches of oil. Your fries are not going to float. They're going to get crowded, so the oil is going to get cold. And then if they hit the bottom, they're going to stick, and you're not going to have French fries. Use a lot of oil. Don't screw this up. And like I said, you can buy one of these deep fat fryers, these deep fryers at Target for like $45 or something, and it's worth it if you like to do a lot of frying. Once that oil reaches 280 degrees, one handful at a time, dry the excess water off the fries, drop them into your oil. Do not overcrowd that pot or the oil's temperature is going to drop too far, and your blanching is not only going to take longer, but you're going to end up with a really greasy mess. Cook them until they're soft and the potatoes start to turn white, but not taking on any color. Anywhere from 5 to 8 minutes. They must turn white, alright? So be patient. If you take them out too early, they're not going to thoroughly blanch. You're going to end up with a limp noodle again. When your fries are thoroughly blanched, remove them from the oil with a wire skimmer or a slotted spoon and spread them out on a baking sheet. Repeat this process for your remaining fries, and once all of your fries are blanched, you can crank that heat back up and get that oil to 375 degrees. Now that might take a while, so what do you do while the oil is getting back up to temperature? Well, right now it's really important for you to do what really good cooks do, and that is drink some beer. I love cooking. It's fun. Alright, so now your oil's at 375 degrees. We're going to take a handful of those blanched fries. We're going to drop them right into that oil. Fry them from anywhere from 2 to 3 minutes until they're crispy and dark golden brown. When they're done, take them out of the oil, place them in a large bowl that's been lined with paper towels, sop up any of that remaining oil, or anything with paper on it that'll sop up the oil. Immediately salt these fries generously. Toss them around, maybe salt a little more, and then serve them as soon as you can. And that's it. A little salt, you got to fry. If you want to kick it up a notch, go a little French. You know, you can put a little minced rosemary and minced parsley and do it that way, or maybe add some paprika or some cayenne pepper, kick those up. It doesn't matter. All I know is that is a crispy fry. Now, in Belgium and France, they call them frites. In England, they call them chips. We just call them fries. And listen, I don't care what you call them, but you use this blanching method to make your fries, and your French fries will never suffer performance anxiety at the table again. My name is Phil, this has been Dude Food, and I'll see you next time.